Hey guys, what's going on? I know I started this series slow, but I really wanted to just take the time to lay the foundation before we begin. See, this is a new series of our life. It's scary. It's a lot of what ifs, a lot of unknowns, a lot of I don't know how to do this. I'm all alone. Again, I'm going through a divorce that I did not want. All of these things that I'm talking about here are the things that I have experienced or am experiencing myself. One of those things is learning how to handle grief well. Tonight we are going to talk about what to do with that grief and how to use it to make your life actually better from here on out rather than staying stuck in it. I know that one of the things that you probably already figured out is that going through a divorce, the loss of your spouse, feels a lot like the death of that spouse. And because the person you thought you knew is dead and gone somewhere. So you have all of these things that you're struggling with, dealing with. There's a lot of anger and hurt there. That is often compounded by the fact that there are blatant reminders of what you have lost. Every time you run into him or her at the grocery store with their new boyfriend or girlfriend, every time you see him driving around town with his new family in his new car, it's, always a blatant in-your-face reminder of what you lost. There is so much about that can keep you just stuck. And what I would like to do is give you some ideas of how to get out of that. I want to acknowledge that you will go through the same 5 or 7 cycles of grief that you would in any other loss. But that's not the focus of our time. There are really 3 things that I want to touch on. I want you to be able to evaluate your whole experience from the perspective of how do you take the next right step to honor God, to bring real healing into your life, and to set you up for better relationships, more satisfactory relationships in the future. So the first one is feel it. Let it hurt. Let it be what it is. Don't try to just stop it because it does hurt. God writes on our hearts that families, relationships are meant to stay together. And so that hurt is there because it reminds us that that's not what we were created for. If you will let yourself feel it, acknowledge it for the hurt that it is, you will actually get to the other side of this, where you will still carry the pain of it, but it won't be this huge baggage that you will carry into your next relationship. Tonight, I want you to just get alone. Get away from the TV. Get away from your smartphone. Turn it to silence. Get away from all the distractions and just feel it. Let it hurt. Let your hurt and anger come out. Talk to God. I know the times that I was alone and driving in my truck, I would actually sometimes just scream at him. Not that it's his fault, but I let him know all of my hurt, all of my pain, all of my frustrations, all of my worries. Know this, God understands what you're going through. The one thing I don't want you to do is blame God. What you are going through is not his fault. Again, we all have free will, and the only one we can control is us. So tonight, let it all out. Tell him everything. Remember, this is the first step. Come back tomorrow for part 4 of how do you survive a divorce you didn't want. We will be discussing owning it. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and follow. I love you guys. Be encouraged.